Welcome to Two Dope Chicks Podcast with your hosts, Brea and Kim.
Hey, everybody. What's up? And welcome to our first official show with 2DC Podcast with Kim and Brea. I'm Kim.
And I'm Brea.
And today we have a very special show lined up for you guys. We have a wonderful guest. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Brea and let her introduce our special guest to you.
Thanks,
Brea?
Kim. Yes, we are so excited. Today we have for our very first guest and interview is Corey Mccliechy out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I'm so happy about this because I'm also from Grand Rapids. So, of course, I'm not being biased or anything. But I'm just saying, he is an artist, you guys. He owns his own contracting company. He also has a couple of nonprofits. And he is the 6th removed grandson of Sojourner Truth. And we're here today to talk to him about the documentary that's coming out entitled Truth. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Corey.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. And I'm going to shoot it right back at you, Brea. And thank you as well as for coming on as the program manager for Descendants of the Truth. And that's everything in the southern region. We appreciate you trying to connect with the community to help us implement projects for everything down that way. So, and then also shout out to our director, Kamani Shot, as well.
Yes. It's a pleasure. Thanks for asking me to come aboard. It's been a great journey so far, and I'm looking forward, for the rest of it. There's so much things we have planned, but right now we want to talk about this documentary that everybody's talking about. We want to hear just kind of what it's about, what we can expect to see when it does get released. So can you tell us just a little bit more about the documentary entitled Truth? Yeah,
well, without violating any confidentiality agreements, the journey began from Grand Rapids, Michigan, when we started this documentary. Me and my cousin Wish, which is a family historian. He's 80 years old. And so we had to really think about if he wanted to make the trip, because it was in the middle of COVID. We were already planning on shooting a movie about Sojourner Truth. And then we had that underway. I've been out in California and had several meetings with some big production companies, and everything was real exciting. Then COVID. And so the film director, he just, he didn't want to stop. So he came with the idea of the documentary. And so I wanted the family historian and the family speaker to be involved, which is the family speaker is Corey Mccliechy. The historian is 80. So, they say the older people are higher risk. So my cousin Wish, he had so much passion to just want to go and experience all the places she went and frequented and where she was enslaved. We just had to make sure he wanted to take the trip. It was the idea of the film director to go up to New York. We went to Ulster County, New York, and followed in her footsteps and talked to the historians up there. And it was a pretty amazing experience. And we captured all of that on film, along with a couple other surprises that you could see. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I don't know if you can tell us this either, but do you know when the documentary will be released and when we can expect to see it?
Yes, we plan on releasing the documentary in November this year, just to commemorate the 100-year anniversary that women get the right to vote. We wanted to make it special in that way. And also, if no one knows, if Sojourner Truth, Jennifer Granholm made Sojourner Truth's day of that she died, she made that a state holiday here in Michigan. So every November 26th, she's recognized by the state of Michigan. She's on the calendars of most companies. But so it's gonna come out around her date, her death date, or before, somewhere around there. It will be in November, and it will be on a major platform that we're familiar with. I'm not privy to say that right now, but you'll know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. Other than, that's a very important month, obviously. So they are pretty smart in putting that release date around that time.
Right.
That's nice. Okay. And then can you tell us who the director is going to be as well? Who's directing this documentary?
Well, a guy by the name of Lateef Calloway is directing. He's a native of the east side of Detroit, Michigan, and he has a pretty nice amount of projects under his belt. He's done safety videos for major entities like Delta Airlines, and he's done movies over in Paris, like short story movies, and so he has a name for himself on an underground type of level. But after the documentary, movie, and a TV series, he's soon to be a household name, I believe.
Okay. And you might not be privy to tell us this information, but do you know what network it will be on?
Not exactly, but we have an option. Let me just say that I can say this. We've had meetings with Netflix, Amazon, and Blumhouse Productions. So I can say that we had meetings. I can't say what network is gonna premiere.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for talking to us a little bit about it. I know you can't give away too much information, but
Right.
I can say at least you heard it here first on Two Dope Chicks.
That you did. That you did. It mentioned here first. I might get it, but not really.
No, we hope you don't. So, Corey, tell us a little bit about your nonprofit. I mean, you have a nonprofit called Top Notch Kids. When did it first start, and what was your inspiration for the nonprofit?
Well, Top Notch Kids was always something that I had in the back of my mind to do. Me and my brother Ben Mccliechy and Sharon Martin and Macaroni, the old guy named Emmanuel Davis. We all used to come together and put on this event in Grand Rapids, Michigan called the Stop the Violence Movement. And that was inspired by the Boogie Down production,
BDP.
Shout out to BDP, Boogie Down Paris one. We used to do that for many years, probably about 20 so years we was doing it. We saved up our money every month throughout the year, and then July 4th we would throw a picnic in the park, free food, fun, and entertainment. So a lot of that kind of subsided because of insurance costs at the park that went up, donations went down, people were getting killed and locked up, and it's just really not working out. Top Notch Kids is a spinoff from the Stop the Violence movement, where I got the idea when I was living in Detroit with my nephew CeCe and Sheena, and then shout out to my family in Detroit, 7 Mile Dog, Manny Mo and Wani D and the gang Gilmore. So when I was living over there, in Detroit, the houses are abandoned like every other house. You live in the street, every other house is like abandoned. Some streets, whole streets are abandoned, and then there's like one person living on that whole street. So I just had one day, I seen some kids throwing rocks at a house, busting windows. I said, I probably could teach those kids a trade and show them how to beautify that home instead of, just
vandalizing it. Yeah.
I was searching to say vandalize because
It's okay.
Because it's already abandoned and tore up. But just try to teach the kids a trade and inspire them to want to beautify their neighborhood, to make it lucrative for companies who want to come in and create jobs for the community, and then that way it's just like a chain reaction, so to speak. And then here also I have a shirt that I have that I'm selling, and it shows the logo that I created.
Nice.
It's like diverse. There's 2 girls, 2 boys, all different ethnicities, white, black. You can look at the other images and say it's Asian or whatever, because they got the same skin tone. Black is black. Don't crack. But it's all about being unified as a family, and trying to have the collective spirit to work together. It's bright orange because it's about safety first. And as you can see, you got a hand with the heat gun, the paint gun, nail, and caulk gun. And on the back, I got the website, descendantsofThetruth.com. These shirts are available on the site, as well as hoodies and other different Sojourner Truth, material that you can get to support the cause.
Awesome. I definitely like what you stand for, and I love what you're doing in the community with the kids, because it's always great to give back, because the kids are our future.
Exactly.
Once we're gone, then we got to leave something for them to go ahead and carry on and rebuild. You know what I mean? And then hopefully they'll pass it down to other kids once they're becoming adults.
Right.
So shout out to you for that. Kudos points, brownie points, all that. I'm sure your neighborhood, your community is thankful for what you're doing. So last question for you, and then I'll stop harassing you. So how has your life changed since you started the Sojourner Truth movement?
Well, it changed a little bit, not drastically. I mean, but it's picking up momentum. The type of stuff. It's like people see about to get into some money, so family members, trying to talk about getting their lawyers together and all that, when they don't even understand that. I had to make a statement on Facebook before recently and say, look, if you don't know what it takes to make a movie or a documentary, Google it, because you Google everything else. You know what I'm saying? Find out that Hollywood didn't give me no money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing, because one of my cousins overheard that I had a check, whatever. Yeah, a check from a client because I did some work for him. They thinking I got a check from Hollywood and I'm out here buying cars and all this and that. It don't even go like that. But that's one cousin that's thinking that way because he probably got some substance abuse going on or something. But we ain't gonna let none of that negativity affect nothing, because actually what I'm doing, it's all for the descendants of Sojourner Truth. That's why it's called Descendants of the Truth. And we're gonna help our family, become more, self-sufficient, help with giving some grants for maybe purchasing a home or education, but we're not just passing out cash and signing checks. You got to give something to get something. And if the people in my family know that they haven't been vocal and, supporting the movement or whatever, then, they're going to have to account for that. That's just how it is. Everything is timestamp history, whether you got a Facebook like or you share something or you text message or you call, all of that has a timestamp. If you try to tell me you were supporting me and I know I invited you to like this post or to donate and you didn't donate, then and tell me a lie, because guess what? I can go back and look at the documentation of that and nothing's there. So, but I'm all for the community. I'm all for my family, and it's all about being positive, and we support Black women and all women, because that's what Sojourner Truth is about.
Right, absolutely. Well, it's always a pleasure every time I speak with you. So I thank you so much, and I know our viewers thank you for sharing that with us. I just wish you much success and with the Sojourner Truth movement, as well as your family.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And real quick, we want to also mention that that Corey has been so gracious to give us a few giveaways, guys. So we have I Am Sojourner Truth t-shirts. We've got a pin. We've got a couple pins. It says "Truth is powerful and it prevails." So it's a pin and it's also a flashlight as well, which is kind of cool. And then also wristbands. So we have a giveaway. Thank you, Corey. We appreciate this. So for the first 3 people who see this show, which is our very first show, and they either post it or reshare it on either Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever it can be viewed, we will give you guys the shirt, the pin, and the wristband that says #I Am Sojourner Truth on it. So that's the first 3 people. And of course, whoever shares it and posts it the most, we actually have an additional giveaway, but I'm not going to put that out there just yet. So all you have to do is share it or repost it and hashtag Descendants of the Truth, hashtag Descendants of the Truth, and hashtag 2 Dope Chicks. I got that right, Kim?
Yeah, but I was reading your mouth. I was like a puppet. When a puppet master want to pull his finger, I was like, dope chicks. Yeah, you did.
And if you don't know how to spell Descendants, look it up.
Like Corey said, Google it. You Google everything.
Right. Exactly.
Corey, do you have any shout outs that you want to, before you go?
That's the best part of any show is the shout out. You got to acknowledge the people that support you. And I got a little semi list. It ain't long, but it's relevant. I would like to shout out Vinnie Bagwell. She's this amazing artist, sculptor out of Yonkers, New York. She created a 7-foot statue of Sojourner Truth. It's going to be placed on the Poughkeepsie Trail in New York, August 25th. And I mean, it's going to be amazing. You'll be able to visit there anytime. It's going to be there forever. And shout out to her cousin as well, Dorinda Bagwell. And also, I would like to shout out your natives down that way, T.I., and I'd like to get behind him and support his initiative and what he's trying to do. Killer Mike, Killer Zoe, that's my homeboy from the Dungeon family. Shout out to Outkast, because they always been conscious. I love their music. Their music been it's before its time, as well as I like to shout out Rizza Islam, Dr. Umar Johnson, Raspy Ross, because all them brothers, they be giving us the raw information. Even when you don't want to read, you don't got to read because they give it to you. Raspy Ross, he got a real creative way of making you pay attention. That brother Deep out of New Orleans. Shout out to the New Orleans cats out that way. Pedro Escobar with Escobar Entertainment. He's the videographer for our documentary. He's from Harlem, New York. He's out cold. I love that cat. He know what he's doing. He's gonna give you a real special treat with the documentary. And also 7 Mile Dogs, like I said, in Detroit, my nephew CC and his crew. And like to also close it out, last but not least, my boy Dre and his family, Zenzi, his grandmother Zenzi, Brea. That's the reason I was able to make it in Atlanta when I had my kids for a whole year, being a single father. My boy Dre's grandmother, Zenzi Salisbury, and him, Dre as well, they babysat my kids while I worked 2 jobs. And so it was a blessing to have her. She's also original Black Panther. They say 6% of women, the Black Panthers are made up of 6% women, and she was one of them. So shout out to her, rest in peace. And she was also from Harlem, and she helped run a battery place. And so shout out to her. And also, I like to give you my social media sites. It's Nakamichi on Facebook. That's NOKAMICHI MCLIECHEY. Nakamichi Mccliechy on Facebook. You can go to the DOT 2020 AD on Instagram, and I think I'm Descendants 10 on Twitter. And last but not least, I like to say justice for Breonna Taylor. She's from Grand Michigan. That's our people. We love you. Rest in peace. And we got you. It's going down. We ain't gonna stop. Make something happen. And there's a march, 27th of this month that I know, you probably won't. It's too soon, but see if you can get to the march, everybody. And I love y'all. Thanks for having me on. We family. I got y'all. Remember, Jessica Breonna Taylor.
Great shout out. Good information for the people. We like to end all of our segments with a segment called the Sippy Cup. It's really quickly. So we've been talking all this time. Are you sipping on anything, Corey? You sitting out there with the dry mouth, with the cotton mouth?
I think he left already. But that's okay. That's all right. He left. That's okay.
Corey don't like us no more.
I'm sipping. I'm always good for some wine, and I am sipping on Pinot Grigio. Just a little something.
No, I got my Merlot, in my solo cup. I had to get a solo cup, y'all, because I'm moving. I got crap everywhere, and I packed up all my glasses. But yeah, that's what's in our sippy cups, guys. Yeah. So
I was gonna say you may do though. You got your cup, so that's. I said you may do though with your
girl.
With your
if I had to pour it in my hand, I was gonna be sipping on something. My sippy cup is never empty. So, but anyway, guys, that's the end of our show, our very first show. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate you guys. You can contact us on our website at 2dckb2
kb2@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's Gmail. But I was trying to give them the website, but okay. Girl, I've been sipping too much.
No, you guys, we normally would do a product spotlight every show, but we wanted to get you guys to send in your products too. So like Kim said, you can contact us at 2dckb2@gmail.com and send us your products. And if you want your products to be featured on the show, we will do product features every show. So we look forward to that as well. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Corey. He did so good. What do you think about it, Kim? I thought he did really well.
I enjoy talking to Corey. It's always a pleasure talking to Corey. You introduced me to him about a year ago when we represented Team Sojourner Truth and the celebrity bowling with Z Mullins. The 13th annual celebrity bowl-a-thon that Z Mullins does here in Atlanta every year. Yeah. So we were blessed to represent Team Sojourner ATL Socially Lit. Well, now Two Dope Chicks with Kim and Brea. We were blessed to, go out and support the movement, and it was a great time. So, but yeah, that's about all we have for you today. Brea, you got anything else before we close out?
I don't. Again, we just want to thank Corey, very humble person, doing great things, almost considered a Renaissance man. Right. Got a lot going on, and we're just so happy that he chose our platform to talk about the documentary that is going to make history. I mean, I'm excited to see it. I hope you are too. We'll actually have a part 2, Kim, I believe, right? In talking about his art as well. So we'll have a part 2, but that will be closer to the release of the documentary Truth. So stay tuned.
And that's Kim, the end of our show, guys.
2DC.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Brea.
And thank you for tuning in to Two Dope Chicks with Kim and Brea. You can catch us on Facebook every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each week we have some great giveaways, some great information for you guys, some great interviews. So tune in, and thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.